In movies and money today, hashtag Save Spider-Man is trending on social media as disappointed fans react to Marvel Studios' president deciding to pull the plug on producing future Spider-Man movies. But Matrix 4 is getting the green light. Movie man Erik Childress is standing by. Hello to you, Eric.
Hi, Angie.
What's your take on the Spider-Man and Matrix situation, starting with Matrix?
Yes, Lana Wachowski is bringing the original Neo and Trinity back into the world of the Matrix, which itself will be a neat trick for anyone who saw the last Matrix film. But the bigger news was that Marvel and Sony could not come to terms on a deal to keep Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and all of a sudden, Disney made defenders out of all the detractors recently over their industry dominance. We'll see what it all means beyond greed and monopolies, but it is clear that Sony just witnessed Spider-Man Far From Home become the highest grossing film in their long history with over $1.1 billion worldwide. And despite a lot of that success coming from its direct connection to the Marvel Universe, they apparently did not want to share any more of the pie than they already had to.
Last week you predicted that Good Boys had a breakout potential and ended up taking the top spot at the box office. Could it remain #1 for a second straight week?
I certainly hope so, Angie, as its primary challenger this week is not a strong one. A lot was made this past weekend of Good Boys not just breaking through the comedy drought we have had this year, but also being the first original film this summer, not one based on any comic book property, sequel, or remake, to take the #1 spot at the box office. Granted, 21 million may not seem like a high number, but it certainly is compared to what tracking services had it making over the weekend, which was in the 10 million region, once again being remarkably wrong. As we are in the doldrums of summer now with very little opening over the next 2 weeks, there is a very good chance that Good Boys could be a word-of-mouth success that wins the box office for the next 2 weeks until It Chapter 2 opens on September 6th.
Eric, Ready or Not is releasing at the box office.
There's just one more thing, and then you are officially part of the family. So, at midnight, you have to play a game.
Why?
It's just something we do when someone new joins the family.
A game.
You believe this is a good film opening up, but one that arrives with a bit of irony.
That's right, Angie, for reasons we will dive into in a moment. The movie in question indeed is called Ready or Not, and it is the story of a woman marrying into a mega-rich family who is asked to participate in a tradition on her wedding night of playing a random game with the entire family who made their fortune in such endeavors. Unfortunately, she pulls the one bad card, and unbeknownst to her at first, play a deadly game of hide-and-seek in which she has to survive until dawn for her marriage to be consummated, per se. Now, the first half of this movie I liked a whole lot. It's a great setup, and though it occasionally does lean on the gruesome side, it is mostly done with a goofy, satiric tone that still doesn't undercut the severity of the bride's situation, played wonderfully by Samara Weaving. While I still enjoyed the second half of the film, I felt the filmmakers kept missing the opportunity to supercharge that character and give the audience a kind of catharsis we often expect in films like this, instead of these supernatural shenanigans that are applied to the plot. While this is actually the 4th largest launch in Fox Searchlight's history in over 2,300 theaters, the studio, known primarily for their success with independent cinema, has never had a #1 film opening, and I would be surprised if this one rises as high, particularly with the head start it got on Wednesday, which should decrease its weekend's haul.
Thank you, Eric, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thank you, Angie.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.